Good afternoon and welcome to the IELTS speaking test. My name is Neil and I'll be your examiner today. May I please have your ID card? Thank you. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is Minh.
There you go. Thank you. Okay, so we'll get started with the IELTS speaking test. In part 1, we're going to cover 3 topics that are related to you. So, for part 1, let's start with work or study. Are you currently working or studying?
I am currently a grade 12 student at Leang Phong High School for the Gifted, and my school is one of the most prestigious high school in not only my province but also in Vietnam.
What is your major? Why did you choose it?
I am specialized in English, and at first I just chose English as my major because everyone seems to went for it, but gradually I've grown fonder and fonder of this subject.
Is there anything you do not like about your major?
As much as I love English, there's something about it that I'm not so thrilled about, and the most prominent one is the grammatical side of English. And it could be quite daunting at first once you approach English grammar because there are so many things to learn, like the structures and the tenses. But I believe that once you get the hang of the basic principles, and it will become much easier to learn.
What are you going to do when you finish your studies?
I think that there are many directions for me when I am an English major student. Recently, I've been gravitating towards tourism and hospitality. So I guess after I graduate, I could start doing some internship at hotels or restaurants to gain some experience so that I could stand a higher chance of finding a job as a hotel manager.
Okay, let's go on to the next topic, which is concentration. Is it difficult for you to stay focused on something?
I could say that I can easily get distracted by many things around me. And what I mean is that I can hardly fully concentrate on something for about 20 minutes. So I get extremely nervous when I have to deal with something like an IELTS listening or reading test.
What do you do to help you concentrate?
There are many things that I do to avoid all the distractors around me. Maybe the first thing is that I could put my phones on the tables facing down to avoid all the push-up notifications like every 10 or 15 minutes. And another way is that I will find somewhere peaceful and quiet like the library to work.
What may distract you when you're trying to stay focused?
There are a lot of distractors to be named. First of all, the notifications of our phones. Every 5 or 10 minutes, personally, I could not refrain myself from tapping the screen whenever I see one. And another distractor I could name is that the noise from the surroundings. It could, divert my attention away from all the tasks that I'm currently doing.
All right, let's go into the next topic, which is environmental protection. Would you like to work in a company related to environmental protection?
That thought has never crossed my mind, but I think I am an environmentally conscious person and I will do anything to the best of my ability to protect the environment. But I have never thought about doing something professionally about it, so my answer will be that I am up for it, but only time will tell.
Do you think you've done enough to protect the environment?
No, I don't think what I have done is enough because there are still many things, many measures that I can take to contribute to environmental protection. I could protect the environment by turning off the lights, by saving electricity, by recycling, and many other things.
Is there education about environmental protection in your country?
There is, but still too little, because most of the knowledge that we learn is exam oriented. So education about environment does not receive that much attention from the public, from the students, and from the government. But recently environmental protection has become a hot table talk, right? So I hope that such content will be integrated into our curriculum more.
All right, we've finished part 1. Now let's move over on to part 2. In part 2, I would like you to describe a topic. So here is the topic over here. I want you to describe a place you visited on vacation. You should say where it is, when you went there, what you did there, and explain why you went there. Okay, so your 1 minute has passed. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, you can start.
Okay. 2 years ago, my family paid a visit to Vũng Tàu City, and there was a fancy resort in proximity to the city, which is called the Grand Hotel Strip. And as soon as I entered this building, I was blown away by the stunning lining installments, which were made up of the thousands of glass bowls in different sizes and colors. And what worth appreciating is that this building makes use of the natural lining to illuminate the whole lobby, which was incredibly environmentally friendly. And there were a wide range of services here that gave me a truly enjoyable stay. And it's still vivid in my memory that I treated myself a therapeutic spa section, while my brother, he spent his evenings in the casino, and my parents, they sang the night away in the karaoke box. We went to the Grand Hotel Strip for a change of scenery, and we seek relaxation after a hard working year. So, the hotel, everything, they treated us very well with their customer service, especially their eating service. We could experience a wide range of cuisine from Asia to Europe, and they charge the premium for their eating service as a 5-star hotel, but I think the superior quality of the food just justified the price. And after all, we did had a blast at the Grand Hotel Strip in Vũng Tàu City, and I will highly recommend this resort to anyone planning to travel to Vũng Tàu City in the near future.
Okay, great. All right, so in part 2, we discussed about a place that you like to visit or that you went on vacation. So in part 3, we're going to continue this topic and talk more about traveling. Question 1. What are some popular attractions that people like to visit in your country?
Well, I could say that my country, Vietnam, is a hotspot of tourism. And here we have a different types of places of interest, like we have museums, we have amusement parks, we have theaters, beaches, and other spectacular landscapes. And a lot of many cities that boast all of the attractions can be like Đà Lạt City, Hanoi City, or Da Nang City.
Do old people and young people choose different places to go on vacation?
Based on my observation, young generation and the old generation have different tastes when it comes to choosing place to have their vacation. Like the young people like us, we will prefer somewhere exciting, like somewhere we can explore many things. We prefer the thrill and the adventure. Why, like the old people, I think they would probably be content just sitting on the beach and relax all day.
What do young people and old people think about when making travel plans?
I think for the young like us, we will prefer just somewhere, we will pick somewhere exciting, and we will probably plan to do something really challenging, like the strenuous activities, while the older generation, they would think more about the comfort and the cost of the trip, and they are penny wise, so they will try to get the most travel comfort in the least possible cost.
Final question. How do people get to know a new place?
I think there are many ways, but I think the internet is the best way. The internet is a goldmine of information, and you can find anything on the internet. Like you can, whenever you feel the need to travel abroad, you just go on the internet and the magic is done. And you can visit some websites like makemytrip.com, and here you can find any information about any place you can find on earth. And another way is that you just start the trip and then you gradually ask for more information from the locals people for any beautiful spot nearby.